Good afternoon, and I want to apologize to my fans, to you guys for like missing out. It's just been a lot going on trying to get senior year um into play, so we got that into play. Super excited. I'm super excited. What guest we have with us today? He's a brother to me, and just a little bit about him. I met him freshman year, and I remember in our first hour, Miss Kreiderman, um, he always used to be by senior year, I'm gonna be the president of this school. And you know what? Even though he's not, he still gets to make decisions. Still, even though he's not that president, I still look at him as a president because you know what? I think he can run school by himself, or I think he can run the United States because he's illustrated, he's dedicated, he's um passionate, he does everything he want to do. So I just want you guys to give a warm welcome to Jaden Kelly.
How you guys doing?
Um, so Mr. Kelly, if you don't mind, would you mind introducing yourself? Just introducing who you are and what you do and what you stand as at Lori Norks.
Well, as many of you guys know, my name is Jaden. I am your elected senator to the advisory council. I serve on various committees representing you in terms of social emotional learning, the equity task force, and many much more. I also am a representative for the maintenance committee, making sure that things get done and clean, and I work with Kalamazoo Public Schools.
Yes, and I think it's a really great thing what Jaden does. And I've seen improvement in the school. I've seen cleaner toilets. Like I've seen, even though we don't keep them that way, but I've seen in the beginning of the school day every day, at least there's a clean toilet or there's a clean urinal or there's not as much writing on the stalls because we can't control that. We can't control people writing on the stalls because kids are gonna be kids. And when I say kids, I think of them as like freshmen or people that act like freshmen because there's people because I know I have my days also and Jaden May can refer to we all have our days where we like I don't care. I'm acting like a freshman, like there are
Yeah.
days and that's okay. But to fact to see that you want to destroy our bathrooms is just like not it's it's almost like irrational to me to think I'm gonna destroy a bathroom that I have to live in. I mean that I have to use every day. And yeah, there's different bathrooms, but they do it to all bathrooms, right? And so enough of me talking. Just a question from you, Jaden, for you, Jaden Kelly. Um, what do you overseeing that you have accomplished in these 2 years you working with KPS? What have you accomplished?
Well, yeah. So I'm a student representative to KPS. I don't directly work for them, but yeah. What I say that what has been accomplished is that communication and understanding of our school condition is something that's been accomplished.
Mm,
So during the bond, I was very vocal about the conditions inside our school building, and because of that, on the bond, we have been marked down to get new furniture.
mm.
And the bond is something that's going to be over a span of 10 years. So I'm not 100% sure when they're going to exactly use it, but it's going to benefit classes after us, students who go to Lower Norks, and all the youth who come and get their education here at KPS. So I do look forward, and I do recognize that as an accomplishment that that we as a school we recognize what situations that we are in, and we're going to make steps towards improvement.
That's wonderful. From that, just from that one accomplishment. I know there's many more, and we can switch topics after this. But like, Jaden has done a very good job, like I said, speaking up for us. I can go to Jaden at any time. I can text him. I can
Anytime.
email him. I can say, look, I don't think this is going well. I think we need to get something better. Like as I mentioned to Sequoia, I think that students should get an email saying, like the teachers get an email, like they should email the lunch schedule to the student body. They should email the
Right.
substitute list to the student body to just know, okay, my teacher may or may not be there, you know? Or teachers even taking the responsibilities in their classroom, knowing, oh, I won't be here tomorrow, so this is who your
Right.
sub's gonna be, or whatever. Just including us in that communication because, like you said, communication is key. And so I really think we should get included in that them emails, and we get weekly what are they called, weekly newsletters, and I think they're helpful to a stance. I don't think we we know what's going on. I think parents should be able to find out what's going on inside the school. So maybe it's more pictures, more of this, more photography inside the school for the newsletter, for the weekly newsletter. And I know Mr. Aganaga does it, and I give it to him. I know he tries. He can't be everywhere at once. He's so busy, and that's one of my next goals is to get him and Mr. Hill and Miss Bogan on here to talk about what are the measurements of them trying to include the student body, and what are the measurements of the fighting, what are the measurements of what are you guys gonna keep doing for the repeated offenders, or even not even the repeated offenders, just the um like myself, like I I will be honest, I have gotten in trouble, but how can we help those re- repeated offenders that always break the school rules, who's always fighting? How can we help them? How
Right.
can we guide them into graduation? I think that's our next goal, and
Right.
that brings us into our extra schools that ex,
Extracurricular. Yeah.
extracurricular activities. Me and Jaden and I are in a program called DECA. And Jaden can give the little rundown of what DECA is and what we do in DECA and how we get down in that club. Can we share that?
Right, right. So DECA is a great business club nationwide. It stands for Distributive Education Clubs of America. You can study any aspect of business. You create community awareness projects. You know, it's a great way to market your community and build knowledge through business. And I recommend anyone who's interested in business to join, whether it's nursing, hospitality, restaurants, personal finance, marketing, communications, anything. I recommend that you join DECA.
Mm. And so I didn't get to go last time, but our goal is as a team at Norks, all our clubs is as a team. We go in as a team. And one of our team goals is to get me out of Michigan. Well, like to get me into like where we going, like to Atlanta or Disneyland. That's our biggest goal, to go as a team, to have 95% of our team go to Atlanta. Um, and that's like he said, that's a contest based on not how well you are. They just want to see your skills and see what you do. And um, the reason why I joined it is to get my hands dirty. I believe it is good for you to have your mind made up before you go to college. So I have my mind made up that I want to go to college, that I want to be a teacher. But changes come. Not saying that I don't want to be a teacher no more, but there are things that changes comes, and I think the clubs have got me prepared, and Lori Norkship itself has got me prepared for the world. That changes will come because one thing that I always reflect and that I always will reflect on is that COVID year hit us hard. COVID here, you know, Jaden, like COVID here, year, our 10th grade year hit us really
Yeah,
hard. Like
I hear you.
it was so hard, and it was difficult trying to get people like me the help that they need. I'm not a person where I can talk virtually. I need to see your face. I need to see how you're doing it. I need to see how you write it down, even though I see it. So just going into that, just reflecting on that. Um, Jaden, how do you think our 4 years went overall? Like, just one word to describe the 4 years we've been at Norks.
It's been I'm not sure if I can say one word. Everyone's quarantine experience is different. Some people grew during quarantine, some people struggled during quarantine. I got to say, during the 4 years, we've met things that are unexpected, truly. But as we call this, the roaring class of 2023. The reason why we say the roaring class of 2023 is truly we're one of the last inspirational classes who want to look forward and go to college and get jobs and become doctors and business people. I was talking that with counselors. Truly, although we experienced a lot, this class is
Mm.
still very strong.
Yes, we are. Yeah, definitely. Not even just class of 23 at Norks. I think class of 23 as a general, we survived. It's and yeah, everybody had to survive, but we were right dead in the middle where we were like, okay, we were dead virtual for 2 years, and we dead literally have two more years left. Like we were virtual 75% of our high school career. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm counting the third trimester that we had to go. Well, really, second and third, really half a second and all of third. 5 trimesters we were out of school, 5 of them, and that was 18 months of our life that we missed on schooling, whether we growed, whether we grew, whether we did anything. Um, it was a lot more, Jaden. I wanted to talk to you about. There was a lot more. As you being on the board still at Norks, what's the plan for this year just for us as seniors, or what's the plan? Like, do we have any days coming up that the community should know about? I know we just had a 5K at Lori Norks, and I know that went really well, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really grateful, and it's unfortunately I couldn't make it. I had other um, curriculars that I had to attend to. So, any announcements that we have coming up at Norks?
Well, yeah, since we spent it through a lot, so so there's a lot that will be coming from Norks, not just from the board, but also from our clubs. I know that clubs made strides towards voter registration, and it's very important for all our 17.5-year-olds and 18-year-olds are getting registered to vote because it's truly something that people, our ancestors, people for us fought for to have us the right to use that right to vote.
Mm,
And
mm,
moving forward, there's a lot that's going to be coming from the class of 2023, and we're going to have a great year. We're going to make the best year, and we're going to make things happen. Nothing's going to stand in our way, and I look forward to prom. I look forward to DECA and ICDC. I look forward to having the full senior experience and having a good time because that's what it's all about in the end.
yeah,
Enjoying your last few years of high school and making it memorable.
yeah.
So most definitely, this class is going to perform great. It's going to do good. We have some educated people who are on the executive board who represent the community, who actually has the passion of community service. And yeah, moving forward on and looking on, yeah, I say a lot of great things are going to be coming out this year. So I look forward to making those changes.
I mean, we're like class of 23. We're like, not to brag, but at Norks, we're like the best. Like, we beat KC. Like, we've just been on a roll, and like, just like the progress we've made as a class. And I know there was a lot going on, like our freshman year, with like a lot of drama, but we overcame that as a class, and even though some people don't dislike some people, that's okay. It's just it's certain things that really helps me keep it going, and I like to say I'm motivated and to circle things back in, Jada, how do you feel about have you do you think the violence in Kalamazoo has gotten better, or where are you at on that?
Kalamazoo, I have it has taken quite the turn. I've heard a series of events that has happened, but to be honest, we need to all be here as a community and be here for one another.
Yes,
Because
and
surely, I know you probably heard some things over news. I heard a few things over about some recent events that has happened in Kalamazoo that truly we haven't heard before. So
yes.
hopefully, I'm praying for any families who are a victim of violence or domestic violence or things such as like that. But I'm hoping for a light at the end of the tunnel for this city.
Yes, and and how long have you known me, Jada? You've known me for about 4 years now, right?
I've known you since I say 2019.
And I've never been with the violence. Like I hate, like I do not play around about that. Even if it's a fight, I mean, like just go to class at this point. I mean, like what, like today, what are y'all fighting for on a Monday morning? Like they were about to fight at 9:29. Like what are y'all doing? Like go to class, and the thing about it is, I'ma say it on here. It's like it's always the black kids, and like they wonder why. Okay, why, why, why are we not graduating? And people ask that, and like, well, look at the records you've created for you not to graduate, and they do that, and it's more of a prop because you're black. As a black kid, they're already like, okay, we already got a leash on them, even though they may not say that, even though that's just something for them because it's known as a black group of kids for them to get to fighting. So they all circle up. This is how it always goes down, and tell me if I'm wrong. Because you can stop me, Jaden, at any time. But they all circle up. The campus safety goes in, and they're like, why are y'all coming? Well, it's a record that we show as a culture that when we all circle up and everybody looks mad, something's going to go down. And they have to take extra security measures just with the whole gun thing, like people bringing guns to school, people doing everything. It's just ridiculous. It's irrational. It's irrational that I'm gonna bring a gun to school. That's like that blows my mind.
I hear you.
So another question I have, um, what is your idea like can't I think campus safety, let me start off with this. I think campus safety and KPS is trying their hardest to stay. What do you think they could do get better at or keep going at, if that makes sense?
I say have a better relationship with students, most definitely. What you said, things do happen in our school community that we need to pay more attention to. But most definitely, when it comes to anything, whether if you're black or white or what it may be, when it comes to any violence or anything in our school, the parents play a very big part and essential
Mm,
role in it, a very large part.
yeah,
Because I've seen some parents just as angry as students.
yeah. I mean, I
Sometimes, parents are encouraging students to fight. So,
yeah. I think that's my biggest pet peeve. That's like I understand that. Okay, he put his hands on me first, or she put her hands on me first. But one thing that I try to express to my friends and the people that I know who are about to fight, they don't have to stop the police. The police can say, okay, I'm tired of the fighting. The next fight break out, anybody that's standing there is going to jail. They can do that, and the schools don't have anything to do with that. My biggest problem is, okay, it's like a circle that never ends, right? Okay, we're about to fight today. Tell our parents. My parents agrees with me and send me to school to go fight just to get a phone call to say, come pick them up. Still fighting. The parent comes up to the school, arrested. Now you and your kid arrested because you want to come up there and encourage the behavior and got the whole school on lockdown while there's learning going on. Now I understand things happen. Things happen. That we're kids. We're a bunch of teenagers stuffed into a building. Stuff is gonna happen like that. I understand that. But for it to be every day, no, no, it can't be every day. At that point, the administrators, the campus safety, the teachers, the um the the school staff doesn't have to put up with that, and the school staff doesn't have to be there. Once we get rid of Aganaga, because he's sick of the fighting, not saying he would never do that, but if he gets sick of the fighting, we got to think about the staff mental health. That hurts them too. That drive people insane to put to have to um break up a fight every day. That would drive me insane to know, oh, maybe I can go to work and break my leg because I got to break up a fight with 10 kids. I mean, like today in third lunch, when everybody was getting ready to fight, I had to use the bathroom. I had my headphones in, minding my business. Somebody, it was a bigger guy. He came and literally shoved everybody out the way and said, I'm trying to see the fight. And it's just, I think it's ridiculous because it's like you're in the seventh grade, you're in the 10th grade, encouraging kindergartner, encouraging kindergarten behavior, you know. But like I said, things happen. Things really do, um, really do happen, and I just want to be mindful of time. Just about 20 to 30 more minutes. Um, Is there anything? Now the floor is open. I mean, Jaden, you can talk about anything. I can get more people to join. Definitely.
right, most definitely. I think, when you were reaching out to me, there was someone else who wanted to join. I'll be more than happy to have this conversation, especially, me who's supposed to represent the class should have, that essential knowledge and communication of everyone's opinions and everyone's thoughts. So I'd be more happy to hear what someone else has to say or and share the floor. But yeah, most definitely, when it comes to the school environment, it's just thinking about fights. Hearing some of the reasons of the fights is truly just, un just mind blowing. Like some people just simply don't want to fight, but other people just want to fight them, like for no apparent reason. So truly, we do have restorative justice. That's why we have Mr. Walker and other people there. But I do think that, and this is something that the seniors wanted, is that they wanted some sort of peer mediation, which where, which where it was effective to to dissolve student conflict. And I think that's the biggest issue is that there's not only irritation in the student body, but there's irritation in the staff. There's irritation between the staff and the students. And why I said before in the very beginning of the conversation, communication is very key.
Mm.
Yeah. So moving, looking forward, truly when it comes to fights, that's all down to people's parents. The school can only do so much. Students, they'll do what they want to do, but truly, it comes down to the parents saying, hey, do I want my child to graduate, or do I want my child to be held back? Do I want my
Mm.
child to be getting suspended or expelled X amount of days, or do I want my child to go off and go to college and find a better job in which they'll live their life and start their own family? So truly, it's, sometimes students cannot make that decision by themselves.
Mhm.
But, looking, just being forward, and just seeing this up close and up hand, I think that, the parents most definitely need to step in when it comes down to their child and their safety.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's exactly, Jaden. We have another caller calling in. Is it okay? Because I think it's gonna dismiss you. So thank you for joining. We just got callers calling in.
No problem.
Thank
Enjoy.
you so much. Have a wonderful day. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Percy?
can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Uh, um, that's about it, really.
Who is it? I'm sorry. Can you say one more?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You want me to repeat that?
Yeah, can you introduce one more time? We're having technical difficulties. Lou can speak.
Okay, what all do you want me to say?
Just introduce yourself, what school you go to, and your grade.
My name's Javon Harris. I'm a senior and I go to Norix.
Whoop, whoop, Norix gang. Hey, Javon, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing today, Percy?
I'm good. I was thinking about as you read, because I texted Deca group chat and I was like, what can I say about Javon? I've known Javon for, I don't know. It's been a long time. I'm gonna tell you, and I wanted to tell you just the growth I've saw in you, just from when we were little to now, like the growth. And then I be seeing you like last year. I saw you in first hour all the time, and you cracked me up. Cause it's like, Javon, you are hilarious. You know that, like, you can be funny.
Thank you. I tried, man. I
Yes.
try.
Yes, yes. So, just a little bit about you. What do you? I know, but my audience doesn't. What do you know? What do you do, or where do you stand at Norix?
Right now, I'm on the class 2023 executive board, and I'm a chair. So a little bit about that is a selective few of us are chairman of the executive board. So we come together and we help make decisions. Also, I'm a member of the band, and I'm in the Loynork Deca Club.
They be bet. Didn't y'all just win in the band contest or whatever?
Yeah, we got rated a 2, one of the highest ratings.
Man, Norix band, we be bending it up, and at the halftime, I know y'all be cold though. Y'all
Yeah,
gotta
it's
be
real.
cold on that football field. Woo! But that's great. Like I asked Jaden, what do you feel about like Norks, about like just the fighting and just the ongoing, you see the same offenders? Because how I feel, Javon, if I'm being honest with you, if I would have done something what somebody else done, like fighting, if I would have caused a riot, we would probably be expelled. And yes, that is because they have higher expectations of us, right? They know we can do better. Not saying they can't, but they've seen it in us for 4 years that okay, Percy or Javon or Jaden or whoever, we know that you don't fight, so we're gonna have a higher consequence with you. What do you think that the consequence should be of repented repeated offenders? What do you think that a consequence?
Honestly, for repeat offenders, I I feel like the question should really be asking what is causing the student to act this way, not just like once or twice, but like to constantly be doing this. Like, what can we do to change it to adjust for the student to be better?
Mm. Yeah, cause it's okay. It must be something because it's always fighting every year. So it got to be something at the school that they not changing. And I am freezing cold in this podcast right now. I'm so cold, and so um, I just I don't I don't know. Like you said, the repeat offenders. Like even like at the Deca store, how they be being rude to y'all. Like I saw that all last year. Like how they just be being rude to y'all and think y'all can take offense and think they can take advantage of y'all. Speaking of the Deca store, is y'all starting that back up?
Yeah.
Are we?
Uh.
I'm sorry, I'm in Deca too.
About it. There's a plan moving towards starting it back up, but really we're trying to work out the finite details so we can really get it up and running the way we want
Mm,
to.
mm. So how was the 5K on Saturday?
It was, if I'm being honest, first it was cold. It was real cold. It was a
Yeah.
nice little turnout. We had Jadal DJ Consis, DJ that I'm looking to try and see if we can get to do our senior prom this year
Yes.
instead of instead of the DJ that they have picked or the DJ that they have picked in years past. I feel like DJ Conscious is a good DJ because he used to DJ for my middle school dances, and he's known for doing stuff. And he did Central's dance a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. As youth voice, we should be able to have youth voice up into. We should be able to have youth voice. Now, speaking of problem, this question has been on my mind a lot. Um, do you think prom should be only strictly for 12th graders, or should it be for 11th and 12th graders? What do you think?
Me personally, I do feel like it's a special time for the seniors to final hoorah, but on on the second hand, on another look, and as a look from a chair member, it's good. It's good publicity, and it's really good fun to invite everybody. It's an experience not just for seniors, but it's an experience for people who can come, and it's nice to get that vibe because you're not gonna get that again.
Right, right. I mean, Javon, can you believe it is week 7 already?
I just feel like the days are going by so fast. The weeks are flying by. Really thought our
And
senior year was gonna go. Go ahead.
I'm okay with it. I mean, y'all can keep flying these by. I'm okay with it. I don't know if it's Norks trying to get rid of us or whatever. I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. But one thing for sure is whatever happens, I do not want us to get shut down because I want a full solid 2 years at Norks. Like no shutdowns, no nothing. That's not too
Yeah.
hard to ask. And so do you think last year is from last year to this year is the class the class size has gotten better or worse?
Um. Well, right now I know that when I first started one of my classes this try, the class was so full it wasn't enough seats for everybody. So like the class sizes have gotten bigger, and that's a good thing. But it's also not a good thing because you're not getting that same amount of time spent with that teacher if you really do need the help.
Mm, mm, mm. And like, was it Miss Jensen?
Um, yes, I believe Miss Jensen was one of them, but I had economics with Mr. Allen
Yes, I wonder.
or
I
Mr.
hope he's doing all right. He's Somebody said he got sick.
Yeah, he did. He had COVID real bad and was losing some cognitive functions. But he's been doing a little bit better, and he sends in videos for the class for us to do our work.
Oh, that's good. So, thank you so much, Javon, and I I will talk to you tomorrow to get you more information. I definitely want to get you and Kelly in here in person. I definitely want to get y'all down here so we can talk together as a DECA team and consolidate differences. And you guys can write down questions for me, and I can write down questions for you guys, and we can go from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan to me.
Thank you so much, Javon, and yeah,
Hey, you're welcome, Percy.
yep.
Always,
Thank you.
always see you
Yep.
and help a hand.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I just want to take these last few minutes and come on here and just say, you know what, I'm proud of Kalamazoo for the little bit of progress we've making with the gun violence, um, with the violence in general. I think um, it was a great thing. It was a great thing to relieve that the summer is over and a lot of the shootings have been gotten better. I haven't heard even there may have been shootings, but I haven't heard about them. So they may not. I mean, all shootings is a shooting, but they may have not been as bad. And so I just want to congratulate Kalamazoo for that. I think we have another caller calling in. Um so I just like I said, I wanted to thank y'all and it may just seem like I'm in a wacky day today. I'm not. I'm still podcasting. I'm still doing everything. I just took a little break. Like I said, tried to get back into senior year. And so we will see y'all next in like 2 weeks. I'll give y'all the exact date. Um, just let me know in the comments also. Do y'all like Mondays or do y'all like want to do Fridays or like to end y'all week off with a good note or do y'all want to do a middle of the week or what's y'all preference cuz I kind of just pick Mondays. What's y'all preference? I can even do them on Monday and drop some. I can do more. I don't know whatever you guys want because right I'm here for the community and I want the community to be able to have a voice again. Me going back into everybody should have a voice. Every path counts. So just let me know what y'all want. And I will see y'all in the next 2 weeks. So thank y'all for tuning in with in person with Percy and I'll see you. Never mind. We have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. If you want to
Yeah, I'm calling in for your podcast.
yep, if you want to introduce yourself, you're on the line. They can hear you.
What's up? I'm Ari. I'm in the 10th grade. I don't know. This is
Oh,
cool.
you said this is who?
Ari.
Ari. So,
Yeah.
what do you do in DECA? Just a little rundown.
So in DECA, what's it called? I'm in business management. So for districts, I basically just did like a role play or whatever where I ran a business and then I tell them what I do to like make the business better. And they give me like a scenario and then I just like a problem and I just give like a solution like what I do.
Yeah, and you do great at that. I know you do. Did you make the did you go to Detroit last year?
Yeah, I went to Detroit because I was one of well me and this girl named Anna, we were the only freshmen there, and we were the only freshmen that and us being freshmen, like we no freshman like makes it to Detroit, but like we still did it, you know, because I did like really good.
That's awesome. And so, what do you think just about? I've been asking Javon and I asked Kelly earlier because I want to be mindful of time in this space that I'm using. Um, what is your what do you think about the repeated offenders and what I mean by that? The ones that fight a lot at school, what do you think that consequence should be?
What do you think their punishment should be?
Yeah, like for a repeated offenders, like who gets suspended for fighting and come back 3 days later and fight again.
I think they should get 3 times where they get suspended like that, or if it's like in the same trimester, or if it happens like occurrently, then they should get expelled.
Mm. See, he just raw dog with it, get expelled. I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do. I mean, sometimes if you can't control being in the high school, I mean, clearly something else needs to happen. So, um, yeah. So I want to thank you, Ari, for. Did I say Ari? Your name right, Ari?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, you
thank
did.
you for joining. I know it wasn't that long, but like I said, I just wanted to be mindful. So
All
like I
right, that's
said,
cool. I enjoyed my time.
yep, thank you so much.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I guess today was just, I guess, a Deca day. I mean, I guess I'll make the podcast name Deca Deca Deca. And so, we missed Chanel this year. Shout out to Chanel. Like always, I want to shout out the Promise Building. I want to shout out Jake, for making this happen. I want to shout out the Kid Network team for pushing me to make this happen. And I also want to shout out the Lori Norks team that I have on my back because, as you can see, every person you talk to, you've heard in this podcast, you've seen that I've done great things and I'm trying to do great things. And one of this is for a community. Also, for my guests, please be tuned. I am going to make a calendar where you can go in and look at my schedule for Mondays and look at my schedule and pick the time, pick the date, and pick the time that you want on this podcast. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to In Person and with Percy, and I will see you guys next week, hopefully with a full house. Peace.